If you want to be coached by someone that podiumed at the first ever MXB-Mods LAN event, then click the Discord link in the description below, follow the steps on screen to book a one-on-one session with me now. Anyway, enjoy the video. Alrighty, what's good boys, welcome back to a brand new video today. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the most viewed tracks in the last 30 days on MXB-Mods. So if you guys are struggling to find new tracks, if you're struggling to find a track you think you're going to enjoy, then these are the top 5 most viewed tracks in the last 30 days. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, enjoy the video boys. The first track is Hell Track MX by MH Tracks. This has a crazy 159.6 thousand views in the last 30 days. So this is definitely a track that you want to be picking up. It's a very, very enjoyable track. I'd written it prior to this video. It's a very, very fast, a very, very flowy track. It's got some good roughness, it's got some good bumps, some good ruts, and it's got some high speed section and some big jumps. So if you want a track that you can go flat out on, you can ride some ruts, you can ride some bumps, this is definitely a very, very enjoyable track for you guys to pick up. And Lynn's actually did a stream on this track not too long ago, and we had some great hot lap battles going on this track. So maybe if you are a hot lap guy or you just want to do some hot lapping, this is definitely quite an enjoyable track to hot lap with the launches and the sends and everything you can do on some of these jumps. And if you like MXB ranked, you can check where you are when you do a lap, stuff like that. It's a very, very fun track to go flat out on just because you're constantly launching and scrubbing things. Track number 2, we got Training Facility by PS. Now this has 153.3k views, so quite close to the track before, the Hell Track MX, however, just not quite enough. But second place on this list, definitely a very, very enjoyable track. Very, very wide open track. Very flat out, it's got some big jumps, some big bumps, but again, if you enjoy a track that you can hold it wide, you can probably be good around here on a start Varg. I reckon a start Varg could be quite good around this track, maybe even a 2-stroke. However, it has got some big jumps, so you might struggle a little bit on a 2-stroke. I definitely advise a 450 Varg type of bikes, them two. So yeah, definitely a very, very enjoyable track if you enjoy a nice wide open track and launching some big jumps. You can get pretty steezy on all these jumps, throw some big whips, big oppos. And yeah, it's a very, very enjoyable track. It isn't difficult, it's quite easy to time everything, just hit everything pretty wide open and you'll be alright. So no matter your skill level, 100 hours, 10,000 hours, you will be absolutely fine around this track. So yeah, definitely go and download this one. I do want to say as well, all these tracks will be linked in the description in order. So we track 1, track 2, track 3 and so on. So yeah, if you are wanting to get these tracks, they will be linked in the description below for you. Track number 3, we have Waterfall MX Park, again by MH Tracks. MH Tracks has dropped some bangers in the last 30 days. Let's just say that he's got 2 tracks in the top 5, which is very, very solid. This comes to 120,000 views, so again, it's a little bit far off the top 2. However, to have a second track by MH Tracks in this list, it must be pretty good. So yeah, he's definitely been cooking lately, and yeah, this track is definitely very, very enjoyable. It's not as wide open as say the other 2 tracks that we've had, however it does still take some skill, it takes some technique, and there are some sections as well where you can sort of take your time. It's easier to come into them a bit slower than, just flat out. So if you want a track that can be quick, that has some big jumps, but also is a little bit more technical as well, you have to sort of take your time, you can hop some brake and bumps, things like that, then yeah, definitely pick this track up. Again, completely free in MXB-Mods. It does have MXB shop logo, so I'm not too sure whether it's meant to be on the shop, but it definitely has a shop standard to it. So yeah, go and pick this track up. Track number 4 then is Berman Herman by Dr. Gonzo. This has 115.7k views. Now, this is his first ever track. He has not made a track before this, and to have your first ever track in the top 5 most viewed in the last 30 days, that's pretty crazy to me. So I'm sure his tracks and everything will improve a lot by the time he's been doing it for a little while. However, this is still quite an enjoyable track. It's very easy. You can tell it's his first track, but to have a top 5 most viewed track in your first ever track must be some crazy motivation to keep making some more tracks. So would not surprise me if Dr. Gonzo is grinding out tracks in the near future. So yeah, definitely an enjoyable track, very simple. It'd be fun on pretty much any bike around here. Maybe a 2-stroke could be fun around here. Everything's pretty small. Nothing here is too huge. Obviously, I'm here on the 450 and clearing everything pretty easily. So yeah, maybe a 2-stroke could be fun around here. Again, maybe a Sart Varg could be fun around here as well. But definitely a W first track, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more from him in the future. Here we go then. Track number 5 is going to be Forest MX by Struzy. This has 80.3k views. Now, this isn't a remake of Forest or anything like that. It hasn't really got anything to do with Forest. So before you think it's a remade one or something, it is not. It is just a brand new track called Forest MX. But yeah, very, very enjoyable, very smooth track. You can be very, very smooth, you can be very, very technical around this track. Now, a 450 was absolutely fine around here, so I feel like you'd probably be alright, maybe, again, on a 2-stroke around here, or even just a 250 in general. I think you'll be absolutely fine on that. So, yeah, very, very enjoyable track, very smooth, very flowy, like I said. Not really too much roughness, there's not really any bumps or ruts or anything around, so it's not a super duper technical track, but as you can see by some of these sections, you can sort of like hop your way around. There's a few sort of raised jumps as well, so you can sort of hop your way around the track. And multiple line choice I noticed on this track as well, which is very, very nice. Not a lot of tracks have multiple line choice. A lot of them are very, very one-lined. However, you can see here, if you go outside, you can hit that little lip there and almost double it like a tabletop. Or you can just hit it like a normal tabletop, which is obviously smaller. So yeah, very, very nice to see multiple line choice, and you can change your lines up. I feel like you can definitely have some good battles around this track in pub lobbies. So definitely a very, very enjoyable track, very smooth, and you could definitely have some good battles around this track with some mates or in a pub lobby. I'm going to be throwing a little bonus track in there. This track is going to be New CT Gin by, again, MH Tracks. It has 34.6k views. However, it is not in the top 5 because it is new. It's a newer track than most of the top 5. But I had to throw this track in there. This is such an enjoyable track. It's so fun. And it's so fun, I could write it in third person. If you guys know me, I'm absolutely terrible in third person. But this track's nice and simple. You can go very, very wide open. You can go flat out pretty much anywhere around this track. But I had to throw this track in there. I've raced it in pub lobbies. I've rode it in a testing. It's a very, very enjoyable track. And it would not surprise me if it climbs up into the top 5. However, of course, while I'm recording this, it is in the top 5. But yeah, that is the top 5 most viewed tracks in the last 30 days. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Again, like I said, all the tracks will be linked in the description below for you to all pick up. They'll all be linked in order. So track 1 obviously will be linked to track 1. But yeah, if you guys want to see more tier list style of videos, then definitely do let me know down in the comments below. I'm happy to do more if you guys aren't sure like what tracks to get, what bikes to play, or anything like that. Just let me know down in the comments what you guys want me to do. And this is my first kind of tier list kind of video, I believe. I don't think I've ever done like a top 5 tracks or top 10 tracks or anything like that before. So yeah, if you want to see more tier list videos, let me know in the comments below what things you want me to rank, what things you want me to rank from best to worst, things like that. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this style of video. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.